What's up, everyone? Back at it again with another video journal of random ideas that I've been churning up in this noggin. It's raining again. Actually, it's downpouring. It's I think for the last two videos I've done, it's been pretty crazy raining out. But yeah, just got out of work. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. So today I've actually had some profound insights. The way my brain works is I take in a bunch of information, a lot of different ideas, and I use first principles theory to find a reverse engineered way to solve a problem. And one of the big problems that I identified is that we need to meet our basic needs. Everyone out here needs food and shelter, and everyone's working jobs that they might hate, they might love, but at the end of the day, everyone needs to eat. Everyone needs a roof over their heads. And I question, why is that even a thing? Well, it's because of our biology, because our human bodies tell us that we need to do that kind of thing to survive. Okay, so if we're identifying that's the problem here, and then I guess to put this into context is you figure out the problem and then you try to find the tools or the ideas that are already out there in the world, and you try to use those ideas that are out there to be able to solve that problem. And one of the theories that we can call as a tool in this case that helps us understand how to solve problems or even helps us identify the problems is Maslow's hierarchy. Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and that's what led me to come to this realization of the issues at hand to begin with, and then understanding how human development progresses. And it all starts with our basic physiological needs, and then once we meet those, we go up higher into the triangle. But as for the sake of this video, just gonna focus on the basic needs here. So how do we solve that problem? What are the tools already out there in the world that helps us solve those problems, solve that problem? And I've been running through a lot of different ideas to get to this point, trying to understand the economy, trying to understand future technology, trying to understand whether it's like government or organization, just a lot of different tools, aka theories and ideas out there to figure out how to fix this conundrum. And it occurred to me today that there's this idea out there that's called mind uploading. And essentially what that is being able to create a brain-computer interface to connect our minds, our consciousness, and transmit our consciousness in our biological body into a brain that has been artificially created to house our consciousness outside of our biology. Essentially, this idea of transcending our biology is an actual idea. Like, we have futurists that have thought about this for years. We've had technologists and engineers that are actually in these communities that are working and developing and trying to understand the brain, trying to understand if this is even possible. And I was reading something today that said that a lot of people don't think that this is going to be possible in the next few decades, but if this doesn't happen within the century, then it's going to be shocking. And just the fact that we have the possibilities and even the confidence that people are saying that mind uploading is going to be a reality, that's incredible, that's insane. And the ethics behind this are ungodly. Like, it's gonna take a whole bunch of philosophy and understanding of morality to execute this correctly. But I'm not here today to talk about whether or not it's ethical to do this. I'm here to say that this could be a solution to the problem that I have identified. And so the whole thing is mind uploading. What does that even mean, and how does that fix the problem? Well, we said that you can connect your brain, transmit your consciousness into the digital reality. So now your consciousness is housed in technology that doesn't require the biological upkeep. You don't need to eat. You don't need shelter over your head now. The only reason why we need those things is because our biology is telling us, or not telling us, but our biology, by the rules of biology, require us to do so. They require us to eat healthy. If you want to have a healthy body, it requires us to buy a house to be able to weather the storms, such as now with this rainstorm that's going on. But yeah, what does this even mean in the future if we can pull this off? And in our lifetime, this could be pulled off. That's the crazier thing. And how do we implement this? Well, and this is where I'm going to delve into like more in-depth understanding of the future of our reality. I'm just going to keep it in one video though. I'll probably end up chopping it up. But the future of our reality, what does that hold for us? What does that even look like? Well, if we can create brain-computer interfaces, if we can create these things called artificial computational substrates, which is essentially just a digital brain that we can keep our consciousness in, we can now take our perception, our ability to see, hear, taste, experience life in this physical reality can be transmitted into the digital reality, and we can experience life in a whole new way. And what I'm predicting is it's going to be in virtual reality. We're literally going to transcend our biology, transmit into the digital world, experience life now, if you even call it life, in virtual reality worlds. And it could be realities on top of realities. We could have multiple worlds. Like, think of all the different types of video games out there right now. Those are digital worlds. And instead of just instead of being behind or in between the interface of this physical reality and the game, we are literally going to immerse ourselves into those worlds. Yeah, it's crazy. And one big issue is privacy. Like, how are we going to make sure that hackers don't hack into our personal identity? And there's a solution to that, and it's called blockchain, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, all of the hype, like buzzwords that we've been hearing for the past couple of years. Well, the importance of blockchain is the decentralized system. It is the technology itself. It's not about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Yes, that's important, but the main thing that is going to be useful for this future world is the decentralized system of blockchain itself. And because of, I don't want to get all into the nitty-gritty of the science behind it, but it's going to allow us to have privacy over our personal identity while still being in a network with billions of other people. And it's literally impossible to be able to hack into that system to steal identity. So that's going to be allowing us in this virtual reality to exist, coexist. So blockchain, we got virtual reality, brain-computer interfaces, mind uploading. What's the next thing after that? Well, there's probably going to be businesses on this virtual world. And businesses are kind of annoying if you're getting sent ads all the time. So what do we do to prevent that? Well, because of blockchain, you're going to have ownership over your data, and you can monetize your data. So right now we live in a digital age of Facebook, and Facebook makes a lot of money off of our data, our private information, and again, I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of the science behind this, but they're able to use the data that we are we're able to go on Facebook. They track our data, they analyze it, they use an algorithm to figure it out, and then they will get money from businesses that want to be able to target market people and that's how they make a lot of their money. So leaving that aside, if we have ownership over our data, now we have the control. We get paid for the data to be able to get different products and services targeted to us. So it's going to be just like putting this in like layman's terms. You're going to get a request. Do you accept data tracking? You have this brain-computer interface that's tracking your neurology, your neuroscience, and like understanding who you are as a person. That's another whole topic, is like the insights that the artificial intelligence is going to be able to get from tracking our brains, our consciousness, is going to be insane. It's crazy. But they track our data, they track our consciousness. You are going to be able to choose whether or not you want to get paid for quote-unquote data monetization, which means that you will now allow businesses to send you personalized, it could be ads, products, services, different experiences. Like, let's say you're living in this virtual reality and some business, will call it like Tesla. Yeah, that's a good yeah, let's go with Tesla. They say, oh, we just came out with a new automobile, and we noticed that from our algorithm that you might be interested in this from the stuff that you research or the stuff that you're experiencing in this virtual world. And then you can click yes, okay, cool, we'll pay you for being able to showcase what we have as this product launch. And now the business is profiting because they're gonna get people out of the hundreds, thousands, millions of people. Maybe let's say 10% of those people end up buying a Tesla. So just like how it is today, like businesses spend money for ads and in hopes to maybe get someone to buy something. So same sort of thing, but instead we have control over that data. We have control whether or not we want to get ads served to us. So we'll just say, yeah, I want that, but you're gonna have to pay me a fee to use my data information, and then you'll get sent stuff like, I don't know, it'll be like email marketing. But it'll be more personalized because we have insightful analysis from artificial intelligence. So yeah, we'll still have like a business ecosystem. There'll still be probably capitalism in this world, but the main thing that we are transcending is the need for meeting our basic needs, the need for food and shelter. And instead, we can focus all of our time on on increasing fulfillment in the human experience, if you even consider it human at that point. But we'll be able to live and exist in realities on top of realities that are ever evolving. And since our minds are connected to the digital interface, like, we're going to be able to transmit and communicate with one another just via probably like telekinetic powers. And maybe in that certain virtual reality video game that you're experiencing, you could have superpowers. You could be able to teleport. You could be able to shoot fire out of your hands, fly, like literally superhuman qualities, superhuman traits. Again, I don't necessarily want to get into the ethics of all of this. This is more so creating a possible reality of the future based on whether or not we can actually mind upload, if that's even a possibility. And a lot of futurists and technologists believe it will be. And so it's more so trying to now create a future that is hopeful, that is ethical. Yeah, I guess ethics come into it. But trying to just gain an understanding of the truth. This is all, this video and all of my other videos is just trying to understand the truth of this reality that we're living in. And when we know the truth, we can navigate life. When we understand what the hell is going on, then at least we can put forth our best decisions that align with the reality that we're existing in. It's very misleading if you are if you are living in a lie and you don't know how to navigate that reality. And this video is just to help us have the understanding of how to navigate all of this. And it's coming soon. Like Ray Kurzweil, he says that, and he's a former director of engineering at Google, he says that this could be possible with just looking at the technology and the science behind it, not considering like the political implications or ethical implications. But this will be possible by 2045. And shit, man, it's 2020. Like, it's coming soon. And it's something to think about, because it's going to be here before we know it. So I think it's always better to be ahead of the game than reacting to reacting emotionally is sometimes can lead to decisions that weren't well thought out. So yeah, that's a possible reality. Again, I can't predict the future, but it's more so just looking at the problems at hand, looking at the blueprint to where humanity's headed towards, which is in Maslow's, and then seeing what's already out there or in development in the actual world, and use first principles theory to develop an understanding of the world and develop a solution to that problem. And that's it. So yeah, I don't know, it's crazy. It's crazy to think about. but we'll see what happens. See you in 2045. Peace.